Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're tackling episode 2 of my new series where we go back in time, we take a look at some old content, and we use some new units. Now, if you guys didn't check out episode 1, I'll leave a link in the description below. We took on the local sea monster, and it was a lot of fun. And in today's video, we're going to take on Clash LUFFYTARO. So we're going to go back in time, we're going to look at some very good free-to-play Clash characters, arena characters, Coliseum characters, even stuff like Garbage Challenge if you guys really want me to. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys want to see, what free-to-play units you guys want me to farm up, or what units you would like to see to farm up for your account. Because with level limit break, you do want to try and get everything up to level 5. You don't need to get it to level 100, the units to level 150, but getting them up to level 5 is very, very handy in case you ever need them. Like I said, I'll leave some links in the description for some other videos that I have done for some very good free-to-play units. And in today's video, we're going to be using a Marco team because we love farming XP, and Marco's quite fast. Then we're going to spin a wheel, and we're going to choose a legend, or it's going to choose a legend for us since New Year's until now. And that's going to be our captain. And then we're going to build a team with some of the newer units that have released relatively within the last year or so. Finally, we're going to wrap it up with a challenge team. I have some challenges on another wheel that we're going to spin, and we're going to build a challenge team. If you guys have some ideas for some challenges, let me know in the comment section below. With that said, let's spin the wheels. Alright, so here we are. Once again, we have our wheel. As you guys can see, we have from Wadja all the way down until the latest legends. Now, I don't have Hiyori, Ulti, Zoro, Sanji, or Smoothie, so they aren't on the list. Let's give it a spin, and let's see what we get. We're going to land on... Okay, we got Super Tandem Law last time, so I guess we're just going to spin again. In the last episode, we literally used Super Tandem Law as our latest legend, so we are just going to move past that, and it looks like we're getting the newest 6+, that is V2 Katakuri. Very, very interesting choice. Shout out to the king, Mr. Slam Jam himself. And then for our challenge team, we're going to spin the wheel. We have no units from 2020 onwards. That was what we got last time. So if we get the same thing, we're going to move forward. This one is a no super type slash no super class, right? So I guess we could probably use Katakuri for the challenge. I feel like that's probably the way to go, right? Because like Katakuri doesn't have a super type or a super class. So let's spin this wheel one more time, and let's see if we can get a different legend that has a super class or has a super type. It's going to be a kind of 6+ V2, isn't it? Okay. Well, I guess we're going to use a kind of 6+ V2, and then we're going to use Katakuri here, I guess. I guess that's kind of fair. I guess. Well, why don't we use Akainu here with no super type and no super class? And because Akainu has type disadvantage, we can also add the condition where we bring a color team of the opposite color, and we'll actually bring a full int-based team. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. That's combining sort of both of those situations. So we're going to use 6+ Katakuri for one team, and then we're going to build a mono int-based team with 6+ Akainu as our captain. That one's going to be really interesting. So let's dive in. Let's do some team building. Alright, so the first team in the video is always using our XP friend that is Marco. So that's the team, those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now the whole team is fighter based, and for this particular piece of content, we actually managed to build a no-stall team, which is great. Because Marco not only gives us a lot of XP, but he's actually a very, very fast captain, which is very, very nice when you are farming up this content. You want to get it done as quickly as possible. And with Marco, you can not only get more XP, but you can do it with no stall. Now on turn 1, you get 99 turns of poison. Just like in the sort of anime or this particular scene in One Piece, everyone gets poisoned. So using supports like Shiryu, or using supports like Ivankov, Kazuna Chopper that can just remove poison are going to be very valuable. And any int character has access to Shiryu, so just be mindful of that. And in this particular instance, we are using the Shiryu support on Rayleigh. On stage 3, we come up against Okiku. She gives us a full border unfavorable slots. And as you guys can see there, we actually use the auto trigger of Marco to wave clear stage 2, as well as give us an attack boost on stage 3. As you guys saw there too, we had the support of 20th Anniversary Brook. 20th Anniversary Brook actually pops up in pretty much every single one of these teams. Whenever you get orb rotated into unfavorable orbs or empty orbs, he's actually going to give you a full border recovery orbs, which Chopper makes matching for the entire squad, which works out really nicely. Now, on stage 4, we get Despaired for 5 turns after sockets, Blinded on our middle row for 3, and we get 5 turns of Burn. Now, I have the support of Whitebeard here, but that's for no other reason than Ambush Shanks is on at the moment, and if we actually get the Ambush, I'll actually show you why I have that support on, so you guys can actually farm up some skulls and stuff while you're doing this too. But we have Rayleigh, he can remove all the Bind and the Despair, then we can use Chopper. Chopper can give us color affinity, as well as remove the Burn, and with this particular team as well, because I have a friend captain Marco that's Limit Break expanded, he's actually got his cooldown, so I'm actually going to use the Marco special here. If you don't have Marco special, don't stress, you don't actually need it. I'm just using it here to get the chain boost carryover effect. If you can only find Marcos that are Limit Break expanded, that's fine too. Like, do not sweat at all, because a regular Marco will do the trick. The color affinity, the chain boost is enough to take that stage out. Once we move into the final stage against LUFFYTARO and 2 of the lackeys, they have 3 turns of a perfect barrier for 3 perfects in the back. They give you normal attacks only. They do a bunch of damage, and then Luffy is going to give you a full board of block orbs, put up 5 turns of damage reduction, and 5 turns of threshold. Now, on this stage, you can't actually rotate your orbs. If you rotate your orbs, Luffy's going to give you like 20 turns of despair, and then he does other shenanigans. He like blows away your positive effects and stuff like that, and it can be a little bit annoying. But with the Brûlé support, we can rotate all of those block orbs into matching, and it works out very hunky-dory, because we have the orb boost from Carrot, the attack boost from Marco, and if you do get the carryover of the chain boost, you'll also have that as well. However, Robin and Jinbei can give you base stats, as well as remove damage reduction, and give you the threshold, remove the threshold as well. And as you guys will see here, because we go through the barriers thanks to Carrot becoming our captain, we can take out the stage very easy peasy. So there you guys go. That was the No Store Marco team. Does it very efficiently, does it very fast, does it very easily. Not only does it give you a lot of XP, as you guys will see here, but it can also, like I said, do it very, very fast. Now, if you want to, the anniversary ship's available at the moment, so use that too to get more XP. We got the ambush, which is great. I'm going to add this on to the end of the video. Alright, so onto the wheel spun team now. It looks a little bit like this. Now, we're using double V2 Katakuri, and I actually have my Katakuri at level limit break 5, so that's actually going to be really, really nice. But that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in. Now, unfortunately, Katakuri is not the fastest captain. And by he's not the fastest captain, he's not even close to the fastest captain. So we're going to have to use natural stalling here. I'm going to fast forward to stage 3. But as you guys can see, we get poisoned on turn 1. And the Sanji support can actually remove that. So I'm going to fast forward to stage 3. I'll see you guys there. Alright, so over here on stage 3, we come up against Tashigi. Tashigi's going to give us a full board of unfavorable slots. And once again, we are using the 20th anniversary of Usopp, giving us a full board of recovery orbs, and Luffy actually makes the matching, so it works out quite nicely. Now, I had some fun with Katakuri. Katakuri is obviously all about sort of stalling, taking damage, healing it back, and then using his special to throw back a whole bunch of damage. Not only does he throw back a whole bunch of damage, but he gives himself a tap timing bonus, which allows you to hit a lot of extra damage with his tap timing if there are no normal attacks only, which is very, very interesting. Now, because there are no normal attacks only on this particular stage, we get the clock buff, and that's actually going to allow us to carry the attack boost into the next turn, which is going to be very, very handy to do so. He also rotates block orbs nowadays, which can be a bit problematic for the final stage, but what we're going to do here is we're just going to use our Katakuri special, and basically just use that sort of tap timing to take out Okiku there. We took a bit of damage from the turtles, nothing too crazy, like 15k roughly about that. Just enough so we could get some tap timing going and have a little bit of fun with it. Now, on stage 4, we come up against Chopper. Now, Chopper's going to blind. He's going to despair us, and he also gives us burn. So what we're going to do here is we're going to actually remove all of that with our Chopper special. We get the carryover effect thanks to Katakuri and his attack boost. And then we can use our other Katakuri special. That's going to give us a full board of orbs here, but mainly give us the clock buff once again, so we can carry that into the final stage. With that, we should have no issues taking out our boy Choppermon here. We still have that tap timing bonus as well, because there are no normal attacks only as well. We're going to take a bunch of damage here, but then we're just going to heal it all back with Katakuri anyway, and Chopper's heal. So, honestly, it doesn't even matter at all, like, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny to see. Once we hit this final stage against Luffy, he's actually going to blow away all of our positive buffs. He uses Red Haki, so we lose our cumulative effects, but none of that really matters, as we already have the clock buff in effect to give us that attack boost on the final stage. Luffy does have 5 turns of damage reduction, 5 turns of threshold, and as I mentioned, you can't rotate block orbs. So that's why Katakuri is great, because he gives us the clock buff, he allows us to carry an attack buff into this stage, and we don't have to worry about using his special. To remove the threshold, we're actually going to use the Treasure Map Mugiwara 56 Zoro. He also gives us an orb boost, which is awesome. Then we can use the new 5+ Kazuna Luffy to become our captain, give us a super type, which is super handy, as well as remove the damage reduction. With his super type, we can actually get a chain boundary situation, chain multiplier buff, as well as lockout orbs. Finally, we have Hold'em here. Hold'em can also remove damage reduction as well as threshold for 3 turns. But the big reason we actually brought him was to remove the 3 turns of barriers. And once we've actually done that, like, we actually just have so much damage here that we should just absolutely melt our boy Luffy. So there you guys go. That was the double Katakuri team. Honestly, it was actually a lot of fun using double Katakuri against this particular piece of content. Mainly because the lead up didn't have normal attacks only. So it was actually fun to utilize his sort of effect of getting that tap timing bonus. Let's move on to the challenge team now, and let's actually see how much of a challenge it is. Because now that I'm thinking about it, like, this whole content is int, and int is not negative to int. So, yeah, we'll see how much of a challenge it actually is. Alright, so on to the challenge team now. We are using 6+ V2 Akainu. I do have mine level limit break plus, which is awesome. And I decided to also include a clause where we don't bring any units that can give us a super class or a super type. Also, units that have broken switch abilities, like something like Wadger. I could have easily just put Wadger on this particular team and just made it an absolute destruction fest. And I also wanted to remove the effects of something like utilizing characters in my top 2 tiers. So the top 10 list and the amazing tier, the one that's right under it, like the top 20-ish sort of area. I wanted to refrain from using them as actual subs, just to make it a little bit more fair. So that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in. Now, the upside to using Akainu is he is an int-based unit and he has an int-based team, bringing the mono-colored team. I refrained from using strength because we did want to say we wanted to use mono-colors. But the upside to utilizing Akainu is we have a lot of space to use Shiryu to actually get around the poison on turn 1. So once again, we have that on Rayleigh. However, he's not the fastest captain, just like Katakuri. So I'm going to fast forward to stage 3. I'll see you guys there. Alright, so over here on stage 3, and on stage 3, we come up against Akiku. She gives us a full board of unfavorable slots, but once again, we're actually utilizing the support of, you guessed it, 20th anniversary. Usopp and Big Mom makes them all matching, which is super, super nice. Now, I did try and get Akainu to give me a, the double special effect that he has. However, I just don't think I got the correct amount of orbs to actually make that happen. Now, I'm going to switch with Shiroshi Manchuri here, because I have a bit of a cheeky shenanigans with this particular unit for the next turn. Now, hopefully we have enough damage here to actually take out our girl Okiku. We should. Even without it, we have the end of turn damage to allow us to get all of that big damage, because there are no normal attacks only until stage 5, which is actually a lot of fun. So we can actually utilize Akainu to take out those stages if need be. Now, on this particular stage, against Choppermon, we get 5 turns of Burn, 5 turns of Despair, and 3 turns of Bind on our middle row. Now, the idea that I have actually got in plan here, because I can't rotate orbs on the final stage, is to actually utilize one of Akainu's specials here. Now, Akainu is actually going to do a butt ton of damage to Chopper, but he's also going to give us a full board of orbs, which is actually going to be a full board of int orbs. I can then switch with Shiroshi Manchuri. She's going to turn them all into rainbow orbs and then use their special to actually get access to the custard support, which will allow me to lock those orbs. Once I do that, I can also select a debuff, which means that I can actually remove the burn, which is super, super helpful as well. But once I've locked those orbs thanks to Custard, I can actually carry the rainbow orbs into the final stage. And then I don't have to worry about that annoying effect that Luffy actually has access to, because I can actually get around those nasty defects. Now, I am using the Big Mom special here, but I just think I'm going to have way too much damage, and I'm actually just going to destroy this particular stage. But ideally, we want to hit 3 perfects. So we managed to hit 3 perfects, which is awesome, because now Big Mom can actually carry her orb buff into the final stage, which is super, super nice, because level limit break 5, Akainu has an ability that if you have an attack boost, a orb boost, he'll actually give you an attack boost. This makes him very, very handy at partnering up with himself. Unfortunately, we can't actually get the double special effects because of the red hockey. I totally forgot about that anyway. But the beauty of this now is once I use the Akainu special, I don't have to worry about getting the orb rotation effect, and that way I won't trigger Luffy's interrupt, and we can still get that chunky attack boost. Once again, just like you guys saw on the very first team, we actually have Robin and Jinbei. Robin and Jinbei give us a base stat boost, remove the damage reduction, remove the threshold, and with Barrier Pen, we should be able to kill the back 2 units, and then just use everyone else to take out the rest. So that's basically what we're going to do. Beautiful. We had 1 unit to spare there, managed to do it fairly easily. We had the support of Dofi for a little bit of extra damage there, which might have been the key to actually getting that done. And double V2, level limit break 5, Akainu getting the job done. Not much of a challenge team compared to the last challenge we had in episode 1, but still, nevertheless, a bit of a challenge. Not using some of those top tier legends, not using a super class, not using a super type, not using any of those crazy abilities, and still managed to taking down the 60 stamina event. I do have a tiny little clip at the end of this particular video where we take on Ambush Shanks, so we're just going to quickly check that out before we wrap up the video. So Ambush Shanks is actually available at the moment, and Ambush Shanks is by far the easiest of the ambush. Maybe Cavendish now is probably very easy, but Shanks and V1 Whitebeard were the first 2 ambushes, and Shanks is actually still... He's not a bad character. He's not a great character, but he's definitely not a bad character. And the big reason I have the support of Whitebeard on this particular team is in case you actually get the ambush. I would highly recommend just doing it, mainly because you can actually get Crystal Skull drops. Now, Crystal Skulls are actually really, really handy for super evolving your characters. The regular super evolutions, or the older super evolutions like V1 Lucci, Rayleigh, who we actually have on this team, do need particular Crystal Skulls that you can either pick up from Rayleigh's Bazaar or other places in the actual game as well. But another way to get them is to actually farm them through ambush quests. Not only that, but you can get your Shanks to level limit break 5. Who knows, one day they might give Shanks, Whitebeard, and all these ambush characters very good level limit breaks as well. So farming them now is definitely the way to go about it. Shanks is really not that challenging either. And by really not that challenging, like, he's not challenging at all. As you can see, like, we're just basically using wave clearing specials to just tear our way through this particular piece of content. Like, we're just using specials to just wave clear, and then we're just like 2-tapping every single stage. With the auto trigger of Marco, with the attack boost that we get for the entire crew, like, it all just works out really hunky-dory here. Shanks is going to special bind, like, random units, but he also gives us Despair on the final stage, and this is why I actually wanted the Whitebeard support, so that way we could just get around the Despair pretty hunky-dory. But once you get to the final stage, whether you have Robin Jinbei, whether you have Marco special available, it doesn't really matter, because, like, 2 units won't get special binded. As long as, like, all your sailors don't get special binded, and you can use a special, you will be in good stead to actually take out Shanks. As you can see, like, literally just with, like, the chain boost carryover effect, like, you do so much damage to pour out Ambush Shanks. But that's going to wrap up the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button. Let me know in the comment section what other pieces of content you guys want to see. And if you have any other challenge ideas for the wheel, I would love to know. But most importantly, belt the like button. Hit the big red subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Most importantly, though, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later!